teachers, welcome to another episode of Poshteacher, and today we are going to be talking about knitting. Now, knitting has many amazing benefits. First of all, it can help with your cognitive function, so it's keeping your mind fresh and energized. Another thing is that it helps relieve stress and anxiety, and actually some people have referred to knitting as a form of yoga, and so it is very good for your health. And also it creates a sense of purpose. There are many knitting groups that actually get together and will knit little beanies for the preemies in the hospitals, or people will make blankets for people in nursing homes. So it gives you a sense of purpose and helping your community and other people. And it allows you to express your creativity. So you can take this fiber and make it into something that is transformed and make it your own. So all these things are wonderful benefits that knitting has, and that teachers and as well as their students can really benefit from and make it part of their life. So I thought it would be really nice and special to share with you and have a very, very special guest. Jaime is a business owner of M1Yarns, and she is going to share with us her journey with knitting and about her business. Jaime, welcome to our program.
Thank you so much, Carla. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. And we love your background, all that beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
So Jaime, can you tell us a little bit about your knitting journey?
Yeah. Well, I actually learned to knit about almost 20 years ago now. I would say it was about 18 years ago.
Wow.
And I was working a government job where every week we would have like an executive team meeting. And two of the other ladies on that team would always stroll into the conference room with their knitting projects to show each other their whips, their FOs, gorgeous creations. And you could just tell that for them, that time stitching away was just really an integral part of their stress relief daily. And I was already into a whole lot of artistic pursuits. I had heard of knitting, but I had never come across someone I knew who could come alongside me and share that love with me. And after probably 2 or 3 months of seeing their projects, finally I said, hey, I'm crafty. I want in on this. And so over a lunch hour, one of the ladies taught me how to knit. I did not live near a yarn shop. There was no YouTube at the time. And so really knitting for me became like a very isolating experience. And I had a book that talked only about the knit stitch. And I saw patterns that were maybe knit in the round or had purl in it. And I just thought, I can't do that. And then one day I had knit probably 50 scarves and I said, enough of this. I need to expand my horizons. So I really, I think I was on a trip out of state and came across a yarn shop and realized that there was yarn out there that was so unique and intriguing and could in and of itself really create a garment unique to itself. So I think that was the push that started an expansion of knitting being a lifestyle for me. Over time, it just grew and grew and grew, and I haven't knit a scarf since. Definitely a sweater knitter and hats and all sorts of other accessories, but I've left Scarf Island. And so about a year and a half, I launched my own yarn business that had been in the planning stages for quite some time. And for me, the passion that was the driving force behind wanting my own yarn line was I wanted each piece to be unique to the knitter or crocheter just as much as the yarn itself was. We all tend to tailor patterns, the yarn to be just as unique. And so, yeah, one of the hardest parts about starting the business was, what am I going to call it? Because everything, a name means so much. My dye studio overlooks M1, which is Michigan's Highway 1, better known as Woodward Avenue, which was the world's first paved highway. And one is also short for make one in knitting, which means to increase. And one day I'm driving down Woodward Avenue and I saw the sign that said M1, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. With my yarn, I want you to make one. I want you to make one, if that means one sweater, one blanket, one hat, one memory. And the fact that my studio overlooks M1 just felt...
It was meant to be.
It really was. With launching my business was to support other local businesses. And I do source some of my fiber from an animal rescue farm north of Detroit. And so I wanted a Michigan reference tied into the name.
Speaking of your yarns, I would like to share, first of all, the one I am wearing right now is Jaime's mohair, which is absolutely beautiful. I made this top and dress, and this just added just the perfect touch. It's so soft, and I've actually worked with this gray color, and then we'll be talking about, I also used this one in a project we're going to share in a minute, her yellow mohair. So your yarn is absolutely beautiful, and I am in love with your mohair. So nice. Well. Yeah, the colors have the perfect touch. It's great. Well, Jaime, I guess we should share with our audience, right? Our collaboration.
Yeah.
We're working together. You've got this crazy teacher that loves to knit and show and tell, and this professional business owner with her beautiful yarn. And we came together and came up with this great project. First of all, Jaime, we worked on a collaboration for the yarn. So if you want to tell us a little bit about it. What kind of yarn do we have here?
So when we first started talking, I know you provided a palette for me, which is a great source of inspiration. So you can pick apart, just like you would shopping for paint, seeing what kind of tones speak to you. And we agreed that for the purposes of a baby blanket, having the pattern designed in something very gender neutral or just kind of color neutral is great, so that this knit blanket can be an heirloom piece. So we want to pull in yellows and blues and greens, and I think that we've achieved something really kind of fun. I think baby items, classic but fun, and
Definitely.
that is gorgeous.
So knitted up it's just beautiful. I mean, look at this. I love it. Kind of looks like tie-dye-ish, how the colors go. I love it. So yes, I wrote the pattern, and Jaime created this beautiful yarn, and this is what we have. We have the lemon drop blanket, and we are going to be selling it through Jaime M1Yarns. So Jaime, where will people be able to find the pattern and the yarn?
So the kit will be available on my website, M1Yarns.com, and that will include both the yarn and the pattern.
Wonderful. So I will link all that information below, and so people can get their pattern. And we decided that we kind of, want to give back to the community. As we said, knitting has a purpose. And I think, Jaime and I talked about that. It would be a good idea that if we donated this blanket, we gifted it to a teacher that's pregnant or just had a baby. So what we would like to do, and I'll put all the information below, do a giveaway so we can gift this beautiful blanket. We will ask our viewers to tag Jaime at M1Yarns and tag Poshteacher1. And then at Poshteacher, nominate a teacher, give us their Instagram handle, and that we will pick a winner, right, to receive this beautiful gift.
Fantastic.
So we'll be excited to share that with someone special, a teacher that will be excited. Teachers love getting free stuff, that's for sure. Discounts and free stuff, so it will be good. Well, Jaime, you also carry other things besides yarn in your shop. Can you tell our teachers what else can they find?
Absolutely. Two of my very popular products are both hand poured soy candles. This one has kind of a knit cable motif, and this is a yarn ball. And I make them in a variety of scents, cookie to vanilla, to frankincense, lavender. There's a lot of options, and they make great gifts.
They smell beautiful. I have the vanilla one. I think you gifted us in Chicago. We were at an event, and I got the vanilla candle. Loved it. And what else? Anything to glam up our teachers?
Of course, who doesn't love a little glam?
Yes.
Well, these bracelets I affectionately call Jet Set, and they are a pair of stitch markers. You can personalize the initials to go on the two charms, and they have a little sparkly spacer there. You can unscrew the ball end from this bangle bracelet, take the stitch marker off, and use it on your knitting. And why I created this was in pre-COVID living, I would travel a lot. And whenever I'd be on the plane, I would have notions and balls of yarn everywhere. And one day I needed one stitch marker. And I realized if I had it on me, that would be so much easier. I already had a bracelet that was a leather ruler, so that came in handy. And I thought, you know what? I need jewelry of all my knitting tools because I literally at my fingertips. And so I started creating. Here's another color. This one's silver. And so again, these make really great gifts where you can have your accessories right on your wrist and use it as both jewelry and functional tools.
I absolutely love it. You know, the other day I was sitting out on my porch and my stitch marker fell because I didn't have anywhere to put it. And this would have been fabulous. I just saw it the other day I found it. So I definitely, it was a great thing. Trust me, everyone. If you get into knitting, you will want this bracelet. I love it. Well, any last words for people to inspire them?
I think it's always a good time to learn something new, to stimulate your brain, expand your horizons. And for me, knitting is a very portable hobby. I can take it with me to the park, on the plane, everywhere I go. I can keep it in my purse, maybe a small project. And if I ever have a few minutes of quiet where rather than just scrolling on my phone, I can do something meditative while creating something both beautiful and purposeful. I think it's a really great pursuit. And nowadays, there are so many great resources at your fingertips, from YouTube to podcasts. And the knitting community as a whole has been very warm and welcoming. And so I think for both the mental health benefits, the benefits of a glamorous wardrobe that I've created for myself, as well as making so many great friends in the community, I just can't recommend it enough.
I'm right there with you, Jaime. Yeah, the sense of community is amazing. Our knitters come together from all different walks of life and places, and we're just connect. It's great. Yes. Can you show off one of your beautiful works of art?
This is the Cumulus blouse. I'll try and stand up a little bit.
Okay.
This
Oh, beautiful.
classic V-neck pullover, knit seamlessly from the top down, and um, this is the alpaca base that I used.
Wow.
what I call Surrey Silk Street. That's the name of the yarn. And it's 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk, and it really feels buttery soft. And so this sweater I knit with 2 strands of this yarn held together,
Okay.
and very cozy and soft, and it's got just a fun drape that I think you don't often find in sweaters.
Yes.
I've recently used this Surrey yarn to do color work in a sweater that created like a really nice thick raised texture.
What colors does it come when, Jamie, if someone asks me about your alpaca?
Well, let's see. These are the 2 colors you showed earlier, which are the silver fox and the sweet corn.
Yep, and that's what I did, the bobbles. I put the DK and then the mohair on that one.
And then I've got a variety of other colors I can just
Ooh,
flash up there. This is like a pinky red. I've got like a nice classic solid black. I've got a whole
beautiful.
array of colors. So
Are they all on your website? I know you just launched your website. So,
moved my business from Etsy to my own website.
all right, congratulations. Amy, it was a true pleasure. Thank you for sharing, your fiber story, fiber journey, and about your business. And we need to get more teachers to come knit with us. Thank you so much for being on our program.